Hi friends, welcome to this new video, and in this video I will teach you the very familiar subject to you, that is current density. Okay, the current density. What is current density? We have to read what is current density as it is a vector or scalar, and also find the electric field intensity. So fast read the question. Okay, define current density. Define current density vector and electric field intensity. Also derive an expression to obtain a relation between them. Okay. So first we have to define the current density. Then electric field intensity. I have already told you in the previous video about electric field intensity. We know about electric field intensity. And now in this video we have to study basically regarding to current density. Okay, and we have to determine the relationship between current density vector and electric field intensity. Okay, this is all about the question. So let's see the answer. What is the answer? So first, the definition of current density vector. Current density is defined as the electric current per unit cross sectional area at any point in a conductor when area is normal to the direction of current. Okay, see it carefully that current density is defined as the electric current. So to determine current density we have to know the value of electric current. Okay, first term is electric current, then read the next. Current density is defined as the electric current per unit cross sectional area. Okay, if this is a cylinder or conductor and I current is flowing through it, and this is the unit cross sectional area, so the current density is defined as the electric current, the amount of electric current flowing through the unit cross sectional area at any point on the conductor. Okay, this is a conductor, so at any point on the conductor when area is normal to direction of the current. Okay, so this is the main point. What is that? If there is a conductor is present, we have to determine the current density vector, and we also know about the electric current, the quantity of electric current flowing through the conductor. And if the electric current is perpendicular or normal, perpendicular or normal to the point of cross section area. Okay, if this is a cross section area and at this point we have to determine the current density vector, then at that point the electric current will be perpendicular. At that point or to that point the electric current will be perpendicular. Then we have to determine the current density vector. Okay, you understand easily? Next, then electric field intensity, we knew about it, so again I will introduce you. Okay, electric field intensity at a point inside a electric field. Remember that if we have to determine the electric field intensity, then there will must be an electric field is present. Okay, so there is an electric field and we have to determine the electric field intensity. So this is defined as the electric force experienced per unit test charge. Okay, simply we know electric field E is equal to force F by charge Q. Electric field E is equal to electric force F by charge Q. We know about this. So here electric field intensity at a point inside in an electric field. We have to determine the electric field intensity at a particular point inside an electric field at which the electric force is experienced. and that electric force per unit test charge is equal to electric field intensity. Okay, this is the mathematical expression. The mathematical expression for electric field intensity, E is equal to, E is a vector quantity as it has both magnitude and direction, and it also obeys the vector algebra. Okay, so electric field and electric force both are vector quantity, and electric field vector E vector is equal to F vector by unit positive test charge, that is plus Q. Okay, next, the analytical treatment. What is the analytical treatment for this? We have to determine the relationship between them. So we have to see the figure. What is the figure? Here this is a conductor PQ. Here this is a conductor PQ is available here, and current I is flowing. Current I is flowing. We knew that at which direction the I is flowing, in that opposite direction the electrons are flowing. Okay, as it current is flowing towards this direction, electrons are flowing towards that opposite direction. Okay, so we have to consider a conductor PQ having cross sectional area A. Here the cross sectional area is A, and carrying current I. It carries current I. Here VD is the drift velocity of the electron. We know the slow velocity through which electrons are attracted towards the opposite direction, that is known as the drift velocity. And here drift velocity VD is equal to, we know the formula. Okay, and E is the net electric charge, charge of electron. E is the charge of electron, and N is the electron density. Small n clarifies that it is the electric density, electron density. Okay, next, then current flowing through the conductor is given by, we know if n number of electrons are flowing through a conductor and that having cross sectional area A with drift velocity Vd, we know current I is equal to N A E Bd. Okay, where N refers to number of electron, A refers to area, and E refers to charge of electron, whereas Vd refers to, drift velocity. Okay, this is electron density. Okay, now from this equation, this is considered to be equation 1. Okay, and from this equation we can divide this, we can give up to this step, I by A is equal to N VDE. Okay, very simple. The next step, that implies, here we knew from the definition that current density vector, that is J vector, indicates J vector is equal to I current flowing per unit cross sectional area, that is A. So I by A refers to current density vector. Current density is equal to NEVD. Okay, since N and E are constants, so J is directly proportional to Vd. Okay, J is directly proportional to drift velocity. Okay, next, hence current density is directly proportional to the drift velocity of the electron. But drift velocity is given by Vd is equal to EV by ml into tau. We know you can see through all my videos, and you can get the drift velocity long question, and this is derived in that long question. So if I derive this in this video, then this video will be very long. Okay, Now here V here this V refers to the potential. This V refers to the potential difference between two ends of the conductor. Okay, and L is the length of the conductor. Tau is the relaxation time. This is the condition. Now using equation 3 and 2. What is the equation 3? This is equation 3. This is equation 2. Okay. Using equation 3 and 2, current density is equal to Ne. We can put the value of Vd from equation 3 into EV by ml into tau. That is Ne square tau V by ml. This term is very long, so you have to understand this. Okay. And then current density is equal to sigma into E. Okay, we knew you can add this term. J is equal to Ne square tau by m into E. We knew electric field intensity V is equal to potential difference electric field intensity E is equal to potential difference V by length L. Okay, so we can put the value of electric field intensity in place of V by L. So J is equal to Ne square tau by m into E, and putting these as, consider this as sigma, we can write current density J is equal to sigma into electric field intensity, where sigma refers to Ne square tau by m, conductivity of the conductor. Okay, this is the conductivity. Sigma refers to the conductivity of the conductor, and E is equal to V by L, that is potential difference by length. So this is all about the relationship between current density and electric field intensity. We can determine very easily. Okay, thank you for watching.